Hello, 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 and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today, we are going to be having a play with the Weekend Adventures scrapbooking products found in the annual catalog. Now, there are two ways, I don't know if you know this, there's two ways that you can do this. You can buy the scrapbooking workshop kit found on page 19. These are a pre-designed 12 by 12 format that come with instructions. In the kit, there's 10 pieces of designer series paper, 10 pieces of two-tone cardstock, 3 sheets of stickers, and some photo placeholders. This is the first way that you can do this. The second way you can do this is on page 73 of the annual catalog. They have mix and match items that you can use to create your own. You can do it from scratch. There is the Weekend Adventure stamp set, and I've got mine loaded onto some blocks over here on the side because I'm winging it today. We're just flying by the seat of our pants. Then is the Weekend Adventures 12 by 12 cardstock pack. That's two-tone. And then there is the Weekend Adventures 12 by 12 designer series paper and 1 sticker sheet. Okay, so there's different ways that you can do this, and I just wanted to point that out to make sure that you were aware. Today, I do not have the workshop kit. I have chosen to go the other way, and I'll tell you why. I have switched. I used to always do strictly 12 by 12, and I am only doing 8.5 by 11 now. I have all kinds of 8.5 by 11 cardstock because I'm a card maker predominantly, and my cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So I also buy all of the DSP because I'm a card maker. So I'm going to show you the DSP to start with. And I have got 3 things in. Well, let's start with the sticker sheet. There's the sticker sheet that comes with that pack of DSP that I showed you on page 71. If you buy the workshop kit, there's 3 sheets of stickers, or you can just buy the 1 sheet and the DSP, and it's a full pack of DSP. All right, that is the sticker sheet. Next up, we have the cardstock, the two-tone cardstock. It is item number 167324, and it has all of these. Let me pull these out. You get all of these fabulous colors. Okay, we've got pecan, old olive, night of navy, early espresso, Cajun craze, and basic beige. I do believe that is. Yep, basic beige. All your colors are on the back there as well. And then the next thing we have is the designer series paper. It also has all your coordinating colors listed, and I'm just going to quickly show you these DSP. There's side A and B, side A and B. This is cute little acorns, and then the gingham and the stripe. So that is going to show you the papers that are available in the pack, and I'm going to kind of do my own thing this morning, showing you how I do an 8.5 by 11. If you look in the catalog, you will see their layouts. Mine are taking some inspiration, and we're going to do 2 pages today. Mine are taking some inspiration from their layouts, but I'm also going to kind of go and do my own thing as well. Because I like certain aspects of the their layouts, but I want to kind of make it my own as well. All right, let us get started. My first layout is on Old Olive, and I have a bunch of elements here already pre-cut, so that I could just kind of lay it out for you. And since I don't have the kit, I don't have the photo placeholders, but I pre-cut some from just cardstock so that we would see the full aspect. So I don't know if you're going to want these measurements or not, but I'll give them to you as we go. This is 8.5 by 11. This is 10.5 by 3.5. So this is going to be 10 by 3. And I'm just going to layer these together to create a mat for my photos. And I want my pages to coordinate because they're going to be side by side in my album. So I'm pulling, you'll see in the next page, I'm pulling the colors from both pages so that they look good. They're going to look good together, but they're going to be different. And like I said, I haven't thought this all the way through. I'm just kind of winging it. So I'm just trying to match my border here and get this matching on the 3 sides. Next, I have this piece of this fun acorns. And on the opposite side is the trees. I think I'm going to use the tree side because it goes so nicely with the Old Olive cardstock. And I'm just going to try to match by eyeballing it, top and bottom. Now this is going to be a journaling space, okay? This is going to be where I'm going to write the story about what's happened in the pictures on the 2 pages. All right, so I'm only going to have one journal space for 2 pages, so that's why I went nice and big. All right. All right, now I just know what I just did something wrong. Let me get I'm going to lift this up with my piercer tool because I have pre-cut a bunch of these banners. And my idea was that I was going to pop some of these banners down the side. Now, I don't know how many I want down there, not that many. I'm thinking I'm going to do 2, but I want to put no, let's put this little brown one in there just to break it up. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to grab my paper snips and I'm going to cut these down shorter, put some adhesive on and tuck them in behind just to put a striped one there. Cut this one down too. And I just used, for these banners, I just used this retired banner punch. It made super short work of it, and yeah, whatever works easiest is usually the way that I go. Try not to make my life too terribly difficult. And this is just adding, oops, I forgot to cut that one. This is just adding a little bit of interest down the side of this. Now I have this one here I'm going to use as well. Just to add another pattern in there, because I know on the second page I'm using this pattern. One more. Let's use one more. There we have it. Now that just adds a little wee bit of interest down the side of that page. And now I have my photo spots. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to use a glue dot, because I'm not going to frame my photos. These photo spots are actually the exact size of the photos that I'm going to be printing. So I'm going to put them on with a glue dot. And that way I can easily remove them without wrecking my DSP when I have my photos. Make sense? Now we'll get those little paper backings off and let me kind of eyeball this. And we'll just add our photo spots. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just lay that one there without even gluing it for a minute, because I want to try to space them good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the two pages, and then we'll embellish them after, because I want to use some of the stickers and I want to make sure that they're going to look good on the pages. I don't want to use it on one page and then wish I had used it on another, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm happy with that placeholder. So these are going to be my photos, and this is going to be my journaling space. All right, that is page 1. Now we're going to go, if I can get all these little things picked up. Now we're going to go and put this one over to the side. And so far I have done no stamping and no embellishing. I'm going to bring this one in. And you'll notice that, yes, it's a different color intentionally, but I'm using the same color scheme. And I have pre-cut a bunch of these pieces of DSP, and they are 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches. And I got the inspiration for this one partially from one of the layouts in the kit. And I liked the way it was to a point, but I didn't like the way they had it on the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this like so from this corner up. I'm going to leave this triangle here because I like the angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of this piece of cardstock, and I'm going to lay it in place the way I like it from that corner, making a triangle in the bottom corner. All right, we have that. Let's grab our paper trimmer. And, oops, we have a little piece of leftovers. Then we're going to flip this over and we're going to trim it. Trim off, oops. Trim off the excess on both sides. Like so. And there is the part, the way I like this strip to be. And now all of these little bits and pieces we are going to add to this and you'll see that we have, I'm just going to try laying them out here to see how I want them. What am I missing? A stripe. And then maybe we'll start with a tree and a brown and a plaid and a stripe. And then the tree will go here, the stripe will go here, the brown will go here, and the plaid will go here. All right, so we've got all our bits. These are left over, so I will pop these on the other side. We may use those for something. Oops. So we're going to start gluing these down. And I can tell that we're going to have to squish these together quite a bit in order to get them on here properly. So let's start down on this lower row. Let me get this over here where I can easily reach it. And I'm going to put my first one on here, with it hanging a bit off the side, and we're just going to continue across with these little bits. Now you'll notice that I did not use the acorn pattern, and I'm doing that intentionally because I didn't use the acorn pattern on the other page. Could I introduce a new pattern? Yes, absolutely, but I chose not to. And these don't have to be totally even. You just do your thing. You do you. All right, now I'm going to go to the top row. And I'm going to do the same thing on the top row. I always find when I am trying to get things kind of even, sort of even, that, and I mean, these are not going to be perfectly even, I'm telling you right off the hop. As you can see, that one's on there crooked already. And it doesn't have to be even, it's just got to be pleasing to the eye, right? And on this one, we're going to need another one because there's going to be too big of a gap over here. See this one here? We're going to bring in another one and add this right here. All right, so now we get to play with these a little bit and kind of make the spacing pleasing to the eye, if you know what I mean. and this one. And that's how we're going to do the rest of them all the way across. And is this a little bit time consuming? Yep. But it looks really cool when you're done. I really, really like it. So I'm going to take the time and I'm going to make it look really cool. And seeing as it's freezing cold and snow all over my sidewalk this morning, I think that I would rather be in here gluing these little rectangles on and chit-chatting with you than doing nothing else. I'm just as content to be right here. So now we have to, that one goes up. We have to talk about all these side pieces. We're going to do the same thing that we did with the matte layer. Once I get these all glued on, and we're almost there, I'm going to bring in some of the extra pieces because I need a couple of pieces for down here. I'm going to take this one and rip it in half. And yes, there's another thing that you need to know. This is white core, so when you rip it, the white shows through, which is really cool. That's another great feature of this paper. The two-tone. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. This is going to go down here. And you'll notice that I'm doing these on my silicone mat. So that it doesn't stick to my tabletop, because I'm a messy crafter. I'll be the first one to tell you. I can create a mess in no time. Now, I'm going to have these two the same. I don't like that. But for the little bit that's going to be there, we're going to wing it. All right, we still have leftovers. Let's bring our paper trimmer back in again. And line this up in the track. Like so. And give it a slice. Get all of those off of there. Now look how neat that looks. Let's do the same thing here. And pull those off. Check that out. Isn't that sharp looking? Super sharp. All right. So on this page, we are going to have a large photo with the green trees in the background. So this is just a photo placeholder. So once again, I'm going to grab, what did I do with my glue dots? I had them a minute ago. Oh wait, we'll take these ones off the roll. I was trying to use up those paper pumpkin ones, but we will take one off the roll. Put it on the center of the back. And this is just going to mark the space where my photo is going to go. Like so. Now, because I only put one glue dot, you see that that will move around a bit. And then I'm going to put this centered as best I can, like so. So I'm going to have one vertical 4x6 photo here, like so. All right, now let's see what I'm going to do. We'll bring these in together, get this stuff out of the way. I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see these together. Let me move these stamps. Try to get them all in screen. You'll get most of it in screen, I think. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my sticker sheet. I am going to have a look at this and put a greeting somewhere. I don't know what I want. There are so many choices. I kind of like camping life. I really do. And I think I'm going to use camping life as my title over here. Now I know that brings a little bit of blue in there, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be too matchy-matchy. And I wonder, I'm trying to decide. I'm so indecisive when it comes to this stuff. I like the hearts. You know, there's a couple of these little angled banners, and I am going to use them to replicate what I created with DSP on the other side. And now I'm going to put, sorry, I forgot to shut the notifications off on my phone, so you're hearing all the things. I'm going to put a little acorn there and a little acorn there. And on this page here, I'm going to cut this because I don't want that tag thing. I'm going to put having fun on an angle, like so. And I want to leave some, like there's tons of stickers here. No, I'm not going to use that one. Save that for another one. I'm also going to use, because I put a little bit of blue there, I'm going to put this tab here so that I can write something about the photo right there, and it'll pull that little bit of blue into both. Now, there's a coffee pot and 2 coffee cups, which are really talking to me. However, they're not talking to me in the format that they are. So I'm going to cut them out from the sticker sheet with the backs attached. Now it's going to take me a minute to get to this other one, because I have to cut to the middle here and then cut around it. And you're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I'm going to cut these out with my snips before I take the paper backs off them, because I want them to be smaller and not have the oval border or the scalloped borders around them. So there's my coffee cup, and they're pretty simple images to cut out anyway. That's what this is all about. Just relax, have fun, create your way. And if you're not feeling particularly creative, choose the workshop kit, because they're pre-planned pages. All the elements are there, and you're going to have a ton of leftovers as well. And you don't have to think, you just have to follow the steps. So I'm not one for following the steps too much. Even when I get a paper pumpkin kit, I make one card the same as the kit, and then I challenge myself to make the rest of the cards to be different. All right, I'm thinking this is what I want to do. Down here. Well, now that cup's going in the wrong direction. Do I want two blue cups together? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Let's go like this then. That kind of looks funny. Coffee. Just like that. That's how I'm going to do it. All right, now to get the back off this, now that I've... Where is my pick tool? See if that'll help me out. There we go. Our coffee pot. Now we need a coffee cup. I love this pick tool. And our big coffee cup. Sitting around the campsite drinking coffee. Now, I've got a beautiful little heart right there. And I'm going to use this love sticker on that little tab. Maybe, if I can get it straight. Like so. And is there anything else on these stickers I want? Let's put another heart. No, let's not. Let's just leave that as is, because I don't want to introduce yet another color. All right, I think that is my layout. And where you see these white squares is going to be pictures and a picture. And this is going to be my journaling about the whole layout. Super easy, super fun. And I didn't use any stamps yet. There's all kinds of stamps. Adventure starts here. Taking the scenic route, things to do, places you, things to go, things to do and places to see. another coffee cup, an arrow, some dots, some flowers, and more greetings. That stamp set has tons and tons of things in there. So you never know. Once I get this totally completed, after I get my pictures done, I may add a little bit here or there. I'm thinking that possibly these dots may get implemented in around the edges a bit, just to enhance it and give it a bit of texture. But that, in a nutshell, is my layout for the weekend adventures in 8.5 by 11. So I hope that you have enjoyed this quick little trip with me this morning. And I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. We are doing a one-sheet wonder with the a Brushed with Beauty bundle. So I hope you can join me tomorrow at 2. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.